today. Callie! Cal! I'm so excited to be slab shopping today. Every time anyone asks me like what's happening with the house, I'm always like, oh my gosh, I'm so overwhelmed. But the first order of business with the house is we are shopping for slabs. Remember, with your kitchen design, you always want to specify the appliances first and then slabs second. So let's go shopping. We started demo this week, you guys. I'm so excited. I'm shopping for slabs, particularly natural stone for my kitchen. Here's what's on the agenda today. We'll be looking for marble slabs, quartzite slabs, and exotic granite slabs. I do want to talk you through my top tips when choosing one type of slab over another, the biggest design mistakes people make when choosing countertops, and of course, we have to discuss pricing because unfortunately, I do have a budget on this project. Famous last words, you guys. Let the games begin. This is quartzite, you guys. Quartzite is a natural porous stone. It's so beautiful because once you come up close to look at it, it has these little like crystallized fissures on it. Quartzite is a luxury natural stone material typical for kitchens and bathroom counters that are made from a natural metamorphic rock and was transformed by intense heat and pressure deep in the earth. The stone is quarried in large blocks, cut into slabs, which are then fabricated into custom countertop pieces that sit right above your cabinets. This one is a Cristallo quartzite, and these come in like really huge slabs. You can probably get about a 12 feet by 6 foot slab. This is a Patagonia quartzite. That was the first slab I saw upon entering the showroom, and I kid you not, it's almost a perfect replica of my inspiration image. This is how I survey natural stone slabs. I get up close, super personal, inspect every imperfection, and make sure I'm obsessed with flaws and all. Quartzite is often described as having the look of marble, but the density and durability of granite, which is exactly why I want it for my kitchen. Even though this blue crystal quartzite is just not the color story for our kitchen, I love it. I think this would be so beautiful with like navy cobalt cabinets and like brass handles. So pretty. This is probably one of the most popular quartzites. It's a Patagonia, and it's really beautiful because you'll see that the body of the slab has like a larger pattern on it. But once you get to some of the imperfections, this is really what you should be looking for. I actually love this. I would probably cut out a countertop with like the white portion as the body, and I would almost even run this up on the backsplash to make it like a wow statement. This is so pretty. A huge mistake that people make when it comes to selecting countertops for their kitchen is wasted materials. These slabs are not cheap, you guys. Prepare to pay a minimum of $50 per square feet for these natural stone materials. Point is, when you make your cuts, you want to use every square inch of slab. Measure twice, cut once, and don't forget to account for overages when it comes to your fancy edge details. This is something that I would definitely use in a bathroom, but I want you to take a look at some of these fissures. You see how there is a huge gash that's right in the middle of that slab. You're not going to be able to get that back. So you're actually going to have to cut out this portion of the slab that is unusable because it's going to crack, it's going to break, it's going to split in half. This is a crystal Taj Mahal. Taj Mahal is one of the most popular, if not the most popular quartzite, because I think everyone is familiar with not just the name, but the color. The body of it is very, very uniform. It's very beige, okay? Beige is not going anywhere. You know, Sherwin-Williams dropped that universal beige, or universal khaki, I think, is the color of the year. So there is something to be said about neutrals, but instead of you keeping it like really boring, think about amping it up with luxurious finishes. I could totally see this in a kitchen with like polished nickel finishes, and that's really going to bring out the warmth and the elegance of the color. Marble is made from limestone when it's transformed by heat and pressure, giving it a dense but relatively soft crystalline structure. Marble is valued for its distinctive veining, its cool touch, and classic high-end appearance. Clients love this, and it's easily the material that I specify the most in my projects. You have so many different color slabs variation. I mean, look at this kind of all over pattern, right? This looks very busy, super crazy, probably nothing that I would specify in my home. But when you have something that looks a little bit like this is almost like a Carrara marble, which is very, very common. It has a white body. It has gray veining. Let me double check. This is a Quartzite marble. And then you have something that's like super Rolls Royce of all the marble, which is Calcutta gold. Let me double check to see this. I sometimes need to double check whether or not it's actually Calcutta gold, but I'm almost positive. Okay, and then you have something like this. You know, this almost looks like it has a quartzite quality to it because it has these little fissures in it, but always think about the color of the body to specify how you're going to use it in the space. One of the biggest design mistakes that you can be making for your kitchen is leaning into trend-heavy designs. This is why shopping and gathering inspiration is so important. You must first understand your needs, your level of maintenance, how much you're willing to spend, and are you going to love this finish, let's say, in 10 or 20 years? That's something to think about, you guys. Crema Viola was one of those slabs that I have bookmarked and I wanted to see in person as well. It almost looks like a turtle shell. I really wanted to see this up close and personal too. Calcutta Viola is probably one of my favorite Calcuttas. It's top of the line, Rolls Royce. Anytime you have Calcutta in the marble, you know it's like very expensive. But I love this because it has a lot of maroon kind of ox blood veining as well against the whites, the vanillas, and the gold. So this is really, really beautiful in a kitchen. But I think for me, I'm leaning for a little bit more color and a little less contrast since I want that with my cabinets and my flooring. But this is really pretty. A contender for my bathroom, actually. You also want to pay attention to the slab cuts. So this is the exact same slab, but cut from different portions of the entire stone. So you always want to notice all the patterns. Like, would you choose a slab that has like a really bold vein that runs through it like this? Or would you go for something a little bit more uniform like this? Okay, so I'll show you some of the marble offerings that they have in shop right now. We've got some whites, a lot of browns and grays. Oh, I love this. You see all that purple background? This would look so pretty against like sage cabinets. I love a complementary color story. Another design mistake that a lot of people make is not getting samples. Most slab yards will provide samples for you to take home. You can always ask them for samples. If it's not pre-cut, they'll always have like little chips or bulk samples somewhere. So make sure that you grab these and use it for your mood boards. Wow, this is totally right up my alley, you guys. I'm like really into these kind of autumnal hues right now. You see how there's like burnt sienna, there's little gold veining in it, there's little like green specks that come out. It almost looks like a jade, like a terracotta jade slab. That's so pretty. Even though I'm not shopping for the bathrooms just yet, a huge design mistake that I see people make is not being open to inspiration. Inspiration can strike at any time. You see a slab, take a pic. Bank the inspiration and save it for a future space. You never know when you just might need it. Is this the same one as the one you have in
It's
front?
from the same family, yes. Just on this one, to be honest with you, we got a problem with them. They
I
have
want
a
to hear it, yeah.
fissure, like,
Oh, there's a, so from here, I won't be able to, I can probably cut that. I'm staring at this leather quartzite slab for a minute. I did not think that I was going to love it as much as I did, but right now this is me kind of inspecting the slab. So once you have a leather finish, it's a very matte finish. Polish is glossy, leather is flat. What you're going to get from this sort of finishes is that it's going to be easier for you to polish. So let's say I get some acid etching or staining on the slab. I spill wine, I spill lemon juice. I could literally take a polisher or a little bit of sandpaper, like fine grit, and sand this off myself and still get the same leather finish. Now, you cannot do that with a polished, glossy finish. You actually have to get a professional polisher or a professional fabricator in there to repolish your countertop so it's shiny and brand new again. But this is so pretty. The only issue is my sales guy told me that there's a fissure in here. So the fissure is just like a natural line that breaks up the slab. So once my fabricator cuts into it, the whole thing is going to disintegrate. So there's only about 75% of this slab that's usable, but that's a really good point of negotiation because I could tell them, hey guys, give me a discount because I can only use 75% of the slab. So you always want to think about that, measure your space and make sure that you have the length that you need and the width that you require for the project. Okay, this is a contender, especially if it's like 50% off. It's so pretty. So you guys, this entire section where it's all prefabricated slabs. So you'll have a mix of quartz, you'll have a mix of Caesar stone, porcelain. So these are all man-made materials. They are made to look like real stone sometimes. So you'll see some of the veining, but it's just a photo imprint. Okay, so just remember that this is literally just a digital photograph of what the actual natural stone looks like. So I'm not going to put this in my home, but if you're on a budget, quartz and porcelain are not horrible choices. They're very inexpensive, usually starting at around $1,000 per slab. So you do get the bang for your buck. But what you don't get is surrounding yourself with nature's finest masterpiece, which to me is like living art. You're looking at granite, and exotic granite is probably my #1 pick for designer finish, especially if you're using it for like a kitchen or a bathroom. I love granite because it is a natural stone. It's porous, but it's super duper hard. So if you have like a workhorse type of kitchen, you know that you cook a lot, you clean a lot, you kind of bang pots and pans down and you're cutting like right on the countertop. I wouldn't cut right on the countertop, but granite is such an excellent choice. You'll see that a lot of the patterns and the veining are kind of all over patterns. This is a titanium black, which is what I have in my existing home. I have it in a polished finish. This is a leather finish, which is so, so pretty, but it gives you like that kind of matte finish that in a modern home, people love that. Granite is an igneous rock, which means it's formed from magma or melted rock. It forms deep inside the earth under a mountain or volcano when melted rock cools or crystallizes into solid rock. Over time, wind, ice, and water wear away at the mountain or volcano above it, and the granite is exposed to the surface. You might even be familiar with some of these slabs. This one is a glacier granite. Lots of busy patterns and veining, but remember that some of the exotic granites, you'll pick up some of the larger patterns, and I tend to like that more than uniform patterns. This is a matrix leather. You'll see that all over, it doesn't look, it doesn't look that special, right? But up close and personal, you are going to like this and see every single angle of, you see that? That it picks up. That's so pretty. This is very, very busy, but I love it. Wow, this is really pretty. What is this? This is a fantasy black, but in a leather finish. It just looks a little bit more modern with a leather. Another huge design mistake I see people make when it comes to slab selection is playing it way too safe. I know you've seen that white marble, you love it. Everybody and their mamas has it in their kitchen, but you know what? Live a little. There are so many exotic slabs out there that's dying to meet you. Don't ever be afraid to go bold with your slabs. My personal motto, when you play it too safe, you're taking the biggest risk of your life. Or in this case, the lifespan of your kitchen. I know everyone is used to all of like the white marbles, but I really want you guys to see all of the possibilities out there. Look how pretty this is. You've got almost like a French gray backdrop with like gold fissures in it. This could carry so many different combinations, from like wood cabinets to painted cabinets. So pretty. Look, and this entire lot is sold. This is how you know it's hot. This one is invisible gold marble. Wow. I mean, this is one of those slabs that kind of looks crazy far away, but you look at it up close and this is stunning. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. Actually, this one too, Gerardo. This is a marble, yeah? Yeah, this is so pretty. If this is your first time at a slab yard, this is what you can expect. There will be rows and rows of slabs ready and available for your viewing pleasure, but in some cases, there are slabs that are hidden behind other slabs. In order to be able to view these slabs, you do have to enlist the help of a service professional to have them pull them out one by one so you can view it front and center. Remember that you will be paying thousands for these slabs, so buyer beware. Most slabs are purchased by the lot, but in some one-off cases, they will have slab remnants. This is a red fusion quartzite slab that I had to hunt down, and just as my luck would have it, there are only 2 pieces left. I have to admit, this is my favorite way to get stone nowadays, you guys. It doesn't take much to make this mama happy. Okay, so we have some really great contenders today. I feel like it's back to the drawing board. I'm going to put together all of these slabs against my material finishes. So many exciting times ahead, you guys. My move-in date is this May. Yes, that is in 3 short months, and this kitchen is going to get an entire overhaul. In the next few weeks, I'm shopping for flooring, wall finishing, fixtures, appliances. The list is really never ending, but I'm just so excited to be getting out there again in the field, getting inspired, and meeting with all of my vendors. The next time you see my house, I'll have all of these popcorn ceilings removed, a possible partition wall completely taken out. We're going to move on to some serious flooring contenders. Next week, I'm going to show you guys how I'm actually designing the entire kitchen, so you don't want to miss that. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.